I am Bosco Jok, Sudanese Nationals, the head teacher at the Sud Academy. Sud Academy is in Nairobi, located in Kawangware, with over 200 students and around 15 teachers. Among these students include the 3/4 are the Sudanese, and some are the Kenyan nationals, and the rest come from other countries. These schools has helped in the following ways. One, unity among different children, helping the refugees children who cannot afford to go back to their home to get the Kenyan system of education.
Sud Academy is located in a slum area of Nairobi. It lays in a valley downhill from an apartment complex, and across the busy highway is the largest garbage dump I've ever seen. Because of its downhill position, raw sewage and waste from the apartments flow down and collect around the water pipe, where students get their drinking water. It also collects at the entrances to the classrooms. The classrooms themselves are small, hot, and crowded, with ragged metal edges and dusty dirt floors. All of these conditions pose obvious health hazards to the students here at Sud. Despite these troubles, students choose Sud Academy because it gives them a chance to maintain part of their Sudanese culture while here in Kenya. Learning English and Swahili, the two languages in Kenya, is difficult for recent arrivals. Here they are encouraged to do their best by both teachers and their peers. Being close to family and friends is very important in Sudanese culture. They also receive a hot meal of rice and beans daily. It's cooked on an open fire here in this kitchen, and many students tell me that since food is very expensive, this is often their only meal of the day. Sud students are very active in sports, whether it's playing volleyball in between classes behind the school or competing in soccer matches down the street with other local teams.
Books, more especially if the library will be equipped with textbooks, it will be better because the students are very interested to read, but the problem we don't have enough books. The books we have, they are very few and then cannot meet all the numbers of the students we have, more especially for those who are in the high schools.
When we started the school for the refugees, we find that the kids who are in Sud Academy are more comfortable than the ones who are learning in city council schools, because right outside in city council schools they are being discriminated. But once they come to Sud Academy, they find it's a better place for them. It's a conducive place for learning because they find their people are there and they feel like they are at home. We have discovered that the students, they really perform well in science lessons and maths and what have you, but it's only that since we don't have the laboratory for the science lesson, we really wish that maybe in future you can have them so that these kids can excel more than whatever they're doing right now. The students are so much committed and they are really ready to learn.
The Form 4 boys are a group of 6 boys. 5 are Sudanese and 1 is Kenyan. They used to attend Sud Academy, but since there is no laboratory to use for science lessons, they could not continue their education there this year. At the end of high school, students in Kenya write a series of standardized exams, 40% of which is based on science labs. You can't graduate without passing the exam. At the beginning of this school year, the boys came to school every day, despite having no classroom, no books, and no teachers. They would ask me, "Will we be able to learn this year so that we can graduate?" And to be honest, I avoided them at first because I didn't know what to tell them. And then it started to get on my nerves. These boys are former slaves, child soldiers, orphans. They have overcome what many in Canada could never imagine. But because of a few $100s, they wouldn't finish high school, wouldn't get a diploma, wouldn't have any hope for a way to lift themselves out of poverty. I decided that these boys had the right to an education, and that I would do my best to help them find a light at the end of their tunnel. With the help of my mum, Susan, in Canada, and those generous enough to donate, we were able to bring these boys from Sud Academy to Riruta Central, a private boarding school, where they are now working hard to complete their final year successfully. Here they are among friends, in a good learning environment, and with the facilities they need to pursue their academic careers. With nearly $4,000 raised since January, we have been able to pay the boys' tuition, buy them shoes, uniforms, books, school bags, and pay the bus fare for one boy, Lino, who used to walk more than 10 kilometers each morning to school. We've also covered exam fees, field study costs on geological digs and 2 movie theaters, their student fees, and certificate costs.
Thank you very much. I'm called Lino Madud Angok, a Sudanese by nationality. I was also a refugee in Kakuma camp. I came to Kenya as a refugee in 1999 for the first time that I joined school. So I was a former slave in northern Sudan, where I was a slave for 4 years since I was captured in 1994. So
now we're staying in Kenya as a refugee. You see, because the life in refugee is very difficult sometimes. All of us, we 4 students from Sudan, we are here in Nairobi and Kelly, but the people whom we are staying with, they are not our relative, but they are just only because we are from the same tribe. We are Sudanese, and we are also refugee. So they are now accommodating us with food and shelter. Yeah. But the education, they cannot afford education. They cannot provide us with education.
Here at Riruta, we are having enough teachers, whereby at Sud we were having very less teachers, and we were having few equipments that can enable us to continue with our academics effectively. For now, here at Riruta, everything is available, like laboratory and library, teachers, and even students are many, where we can interact with them wherever we have a problem, so that they can help us, and we also share the ideas with them. And that is how it's good in Riruta compared to Sud. That is very good, and we appreciate the support of Kelly, who has done this to bring us here at Riruta. This is very good and wonderful, and we appreciate, and we shall say that let her continue supporting those who are still at Sud, so that they may also come to Riruta and continue with their education effectively.
I really appreciate those who are committed, and I wish God could have helped them so that we proceed it with our study in future. Otherwise, I wish you the best. Thank you. May God bless you.